All right, we are live only on YouTube, exclusively on YouTube. You guys don't know we've worked out a deal with YouTube. They have asked us to go exclusive. They're paying us $1 million per episode. Mike, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. We just spent a night on the old ball field with Caleb. We were at baseball practice tonight. Super dusty night. Had to come home and I felt like I had to take one of those nasal things and like flush out my nose. There's so much dust up there.
Well, that's disgusting.
It was.
What I'm trying is to find the link for this live, share it on our Eastern Outdoors page, simultaneously listening to the debate. So
The debate.
I said join us for the debate, and here's the debate. Is the motto, if it's brown, it's down, a good deer hunting strategy? That's a good debate.
That is a good
That's
debate.
a good debate. Let me let's see here. Well,
That's
if I
nice
can get over
QAD
to
hat
the page.
there,
We
buddy.
got some people on here. Can you welcome the people we have?
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy. How's it going, buddy? Tom.
There's a chat on YouTube. I'm on our YouTube page right now. Good evening, fellas.
Totally
Oh,
stoked.
I'm just hitting some emojis on there.
I ended up finding a bunch of gift cards that I had stoked away here in the nightstand, and
okay, they shook
got me
hands.
another one.
Kamala and Donald shook hands. Sorry to interrupt you. They shook hands, and they're off.
Yeah, man. I was looking through a drawer the other day and found like $400 worth of gift cards that I just save up from birthdays and Christmases and stuff. I needed to get some new bolts for my crossbow to kind of get ready for elk, just to make sure I had a couple extra. And I said, the heck with it. I want another cell cam. So I
The heck with it.
Cell cam. Good little stop at the Bass Pro, man.
Do you think Americans are better off now than they were 4 years ago?
Me personally? No.
Yeah.
No.
What about you guys in the comments? I'm going to ask all the questions they're asking these two. We only got Tommy and Jim's the only one on. Tommy, I got to say, Tommy, I think it's Bowen. It could be Bowen. I think it's Bowen. Tommy has signed up for a deer camp.
Let's go.
It's going to be the first time he's been there. And Tommy, you said you're bringing someone with you. I was wondering, Tommy, who you bringing with you for deer camp?
Good deal. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, maybe a kid, maybe a wife. We'll accept both. Why is this not showing up?
Yeah, we've had that happen in years past.
Yeah. Come on over.
But while we're on the topic, I suppose with the debate, I wish old DT would just come out and completely change what he typically does and just hammer home the points, hammer home his plans. Not
you don't want him to personally attack.
Whatsoever.
You don't want him to personally attack Kamala?
No, because I think people want to go with him, but when he does that, it's going to be toward a lady at this point. So yeah. I think all that's going to be negative to him. I think people just want him to be the businessman, the worker, the guy that gets after it, the guy that's going to be for us. Like they want that. They just don't want him to run his mouth and say things. So
I mean,
he's going to, but that's the play. If you're him, you go in there and you're all business. You want to, you say everything right as far as
DJT.
Like what people want.
DJT.
And then you don't do any attacking. You just completely shut yourself down. Don't do any attacking because it would shock everybody. And I'm telling you, that would send him in the right direction.
They said that's how they think he's going to go. So Tommy is bringing his 23-year-old son. Never harvested a deer. Tommy, I think I was 34. 34 when I killed my first deer. So, hey, this is my 5th deer season. I've only killed 3 deer. I've been very open and honest about that. And so it'll be great.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch this later. Got the debate on. Hey, Steve, we might be in this short because I'm having a hard time not listening to Trump and Kamala. I'm not going to say who I'm voting for. You guys probably figure it out. But hey, how can we compete? There's 70 million people going to be watching the debate tonight. I hope this time we get on some deer. If you don't remember, PK, last year we killed 3.
Yep.
PK signed up for camp. He said he's bringing 2 people. PK, who are you bringing with you?
Awesome.
Christian said, I better watch out behind me. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that an awesome decoy behind me?
It is awesome. It looks really cool.
I mean, it's pretty much life size. Bears don't sit very high. I mean, if you added like 6 inches to this paw, it's pretty much life size.
Yeah,
Pretty
it
cool.
looks life size from here, man. It's huge.
So here's what we wanted to talk about. Man, I just can't wait to get back on Facebook. Oh, we need to be on Facebook. Frankie and maybe one of my coworkers, bring them, PK. So 10 days, Mike. 10 days before we're back on Facebook. That's next Friday. Listen, I probably have plans next Friday. We're going live. I'm going live next Friday on the day that I'm allowed to go live. We're going live, special scheduled program. We're not. Let's just say we're not going to go live next Tuesday. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
So next Friday we're going live. We posted an incredible deer on our page this morning. Our friend Barrett Kegley killed that deer. Tomorrow we're posting one that makes Barrett's look average. Posting one in the morning, that is incredible. Christian said his wife and 2 kids might come. Okay, Christian's got what, 5? Chris, 5 kids. So maybe it's 2 oldest. I don't know.
Come on, man.
Yeah, bring them. We had a couple come one year. Tim.
Last year. Yep.
No, it was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Was it 2? I thought it was last year.
Maybe it was last year. They run together. But Tim, yeah, it was last year. Tim came, brought his wife, fiance, girlfriend, one of those 3. Maybe all 3. Just kidding. And I've not heard from him since, I don't feel like.
No, haven't seen him.
I've talked to him a couple times. She's been on here a couple times, but
yeah,
hopefully they come back. Let's see. If a deer sees you and starts stomping, would you A, or 1, do nothing? Excuse me. 2, try. Sorry, I just got a funny text. Would you 1, do nothing? 2, try to draw slowly and get a shot off. 3, try to draw quickly and get a shot off. Okay, so we need a little more details here.
I like that question.
Is the deer? It's a great question. It's happened to me. It's happened to me with a gun. I should have just shot the deer. I didn't. 30 yards with a gun, Mike. I didn't shoot. Why? Anyway, is it behind you? If it's behind you, you can't shoot. You do nothing. Right, Mike?
Yep.
Because if you try to turn, it's gone.
You're done.
It's in front of you. What position is your bow in? Right? Can you draw? Is there anything in front of you? Do you have any cover? Can you draw without it seeing you? And then I lean toward 1. You do nothing. Maybe it slowly starts. I'll give you what happened to me. I had a deer coming in at Fort Knox. I had a muzzle loader. It was an easy shot. Anyone could have taken it. Helen Keller could have made this shot. The deer come in. In my mind, I was playing back Michael's voice. Make sure it's 12 inches wide. Make sure you don't make it back. I was playing Michael's voice over my mind, and I was like, okay, one side's great, but I can't see the other side. So the deer kept moving, and I was sitting against a tree looking at him, and then he slowly turned and looked at me, and we had a stare down. Probably 2 minutes, right? Felt like an eternity. Probably 2 minutes, a stare down. We're looking at each other. I have my gun in my lap. Now, what I should have done when I saw that deer approaching, I should have went ahead and had my gun ready.
Mm-hmm.
Rookie mistake. It's like I said, 5th year deer hunting. I learned. Next time I'll have it ready. I should have had my gun up ready, but I didn't. So here's what that deer did. He looked at me. He never blew. He never stomped. He just stared. I stared, tried to control my breathing, didn't move. He walked on away. He got behind a large tree. At this time, I was bringing my gun up. Well, he tricked me. When he got there, I thought he was walking on, and he went like this. He stopped and turned back and looked, and he saw me reaching around to see where he was, and when he did that, took off. I messed it up. I made so many mistakes. I could have had that was the biggest deer. It would have been the biggest deer of my life. Wasn't a Boone and Crockett. May have been a what's it called? The other one.
If you get one with a bow, it'd be Pope and Young.
Well, I was going to clarify that. if it would have been a bow, it probably would have been a Pope and Young, like a 125, 130, whatever that is. But it was with a muzzleloader. Great deer. I would have been thrilled. But I made so many mistakes. So I would just do nothing and hope that he gives you a shot eventually. What would you do, Mike?
Yep, that's the
Sorry
call.
to ramble on that. I just wanted to share that story because
No, good story.
I mean, I totally screwed that up. That situation.
Good story. That's how you learn. It just
Yeah.
well, and other people can learn from it too. And I can guarantee you, other people have those same stories because
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. I know
Oh, yeah.
I do. So I do nothing. I do nothing. I just, I kind of chalk that one up as a well. This is either going to go really bad or I might get lucky and it might settle back down. And because what I can tell you is if you go to the other numbers 2 or 3, you're going to almost surely not have a chance. You're going to surely bump
it's
that
a
deer.
low percentage, I think.
It's a low percentage, and honestly, you're going to do more harm than good if you do. Because even if you do bump, is now you've applied pressure to that deer. That deer knows pressure at this point. So,
do you make eye contact or avoid? I just don't move. I don't think
yeah,
eye contact matters.
yeah, I don't think
I think
so.
they say deer's like straight line of sight, not very good. Their eyes are on the side of their head. Straight line of sight, not like this bear. Look at that bear, little beady-eyed bear right there.
Yeah,
They say that a deer's not very good. So if you set still, like I set still literally for probably 2 minutes, and the deer didn't have. He saw me. He was 30 yards away. He didn't know what I was. I don't think he couldn't smell me. My wind was great. He looked at me. He didn't know what I was, so he made his way on down the trail and then scoped me out to see what I was.
yeah.
And then that's when I made my second mistake. My first mistake, not having my gun up. My second mistake was I let him see me. So I would just sit there, and especially if it's a doe, I mean, I would be a little more apt to take a risk with a doe there than if it was a nice buck. You know what I mean? Right, Mike? Wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, if you feel like you can try to get away with something, that's
Yeah.
those are probably opportunities to take chances.
Was this on public?
I think it was on public. Yeah, he was mentioning
Yeah.
that a few minutes ago. I believe it was public land. It's we talk about this all the time. I have a private land hunter's mindset when it comes to that. Is I
Yeah.
do my very best not to bump any deer. So if a deer is staring me down, in my head I'm already just saying I am going to sit still. I'm not going to
Yeah.
move. I'm not going to attempt anything. I'm just going to let her walk on. And if she gets away, then that she lives to fight another day, in those situations, because I don't want to put pressure on my deer.
I think I said a couple weeks ago where I was on public land, and of course, when it gets 9:00, I'm posting to the page, whether I'm in a tree, on the ground, in my bed, whatever. I'm posting to the page at 9:00. Now, this is when we were posting heavily. We don't post as much anymore. We're getting back to it. Sorry, I'm watching Kamala here. But I was posting to the page. I was expecting the deer to come in to my left. I was sitting on the ground, but a nice buck, came in behind me. Didn't hear him. Super quiet. And as I was just like this, texting. And I guess he saw my kind of elbows moving, and he saw me and started blowing. And he was behind me, and I sat there. I was like, oh, crap. I didn't know what it was. Could have been a fawn. I didn't know. And then I just slowly turned around and I looked at him. Like I tried to do an owl. Like I turned my head as far as I could, turned my body a little bit, not a whole lot of movement. And we stared at each other. He stomped at me. And then he just walked away. He didn't run.
Mm-hmm.
He actually, I'm not telling the truth. I didn't hear him blow. I heard him stomping. He never blew at me. I just heard him stomping now that I remember. And it was loud.
Mm-hmm.
It was a violent stomp. I can't wait. Gosh, can't wait to get out there, Mike. How'd it go for you this weekend?
Hey, I got to go out once. Went out Saturday morning with Uncle Darren. We both jumped in a double man stand and just kind of hung out and chatted and cut it up in the stand.
Wow, that's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, we didn't see anything. Didn't see any deer. Have had a lot on camera and stuff in the vicinity, but nothing came in. Get to we had some squirrels messing with it. They kept trying to get into the tree we were in, and they would freeze and kind of you could hear them going, get ready to start barking. But we had fun. We just sat up there till about 9:30. I had a baseball game I had to get back to for one of the boys at around 11.
Kids.
And we're pretty busy with sports right now. But
it's creeping up.
Yeah, he's creeping up, coming to get you. But yeah, we got to go out for a little bit, and I know a couple of our friends.
I got a box of roofing nails holding him in balance here.
Oh, there you go. A couple of our friends here killed a couple deer this weekend.
I was about to say, yeah. Chris got him a doe. Who else? Dwayne got him a doe. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, man. That's what it's about. I didn't get to go because I had my girls this weekend, and my current situation when the girls are here this weekend, I'm not deer hunting unless they want to go with me. If they want to go with me, we'll go. But I'm not deer hunting when they're with me. And it was my daughter's birthday on Sunday, so I was actually going to go. Excuse me, I was actually going to go Saturday morning, but my sister was supposed to babysit. That fell through, so I was like, well, let's just make a day of it.
Yeah.
But we went to Dave and Buster's, spent $150, 3,000. We won 3,000 tickets. We kind of got a hack at Dave and Buster's. They have this Hot Wheels game.
Yeah.
You guys need to take your kids there. You have 5 people. You have 5 people in your family, so this is a big hack for you. Use the same card. All 5 of you play. Guaranteed winner, and the winner for 5 people gets like 350 tickets.
Nice.
So every time you're getting like 300. So every time we played, we got 250 tickets, I think. We crushed it, and I won every time, of course. But we had a great time. But, man, I missed being out there in the woods. Yeah. I can't wait. I thought about going tomorrow evening. I'm not going to have enough time to get there, get my stuff. I've not even shot my bow yet, which I know that's a huge mistake. But it's still, I mean, it's right here. I would say 6 shots, and it'll be good to 30 yards. Right, I got a good sight on there.
Yeah, all it is just getting comfortable and getting yourself feeling good. That's the main thing. You got to get yourself feeling good.
So I'm going to definitely. I got to work Saturday morning. Actually, I wasn't supposed to work this Saturday morning. I was supposed to work the Saturday morning of deer camp, so I switched it out. So I'm working this Saturday morning, and as soon as work's over, I'm coming home, get my stuff together. Going to try to be in a tree by 4:00. Don't know where I'm going. Might go to Fort Knox. I get off work at 10. I got plenty of time to get to Knox for an evening hunt. Hour and a half there. I'll have my stuff ready. I'll get my stuff ready Friday. Leave at 10. Get there by 12. Plenty of time. Got some good units open this week. 73, which is where I hunted before, is open. I've seen 2 deer there. Spooked one. That's the one where me and the buck made eye contact, literally walking in at the same time. There's another good one that I told you about today that I won't mention because your family likes to hunt there. It's open this weekend, or I might just stay home. I might just stay home and go to public and go to Knox in a couple weeks. I don't know. Ooh,
not a bad idea.
But here's the thing: if I don't go to Knox this week, I just thought of this. I have my girls the 21st, so next weekend. We have deer camp the weekend after that, and then I have my girls the 5th.
Yeah.
So if I don't go this weekend to Knox, I will not be able to go until October 12th.
Yeah, that's youth weekend as well. October 12th.
I don't care about that. My girls. Yeah. I won't have my girls that weekend. Wow. I got to go to Knox this weekend.
Yeah.
Where I got to wait 4 weeks. So, all right. I'm going to Knox this weekend. If I can afford it, I probably might just pitch a tent out there. Not on Knox, but at the Otter Creek campground.
Yeah.
Sleep there and hunt Sunday. Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Do it, man.
That's what I'm doing. I'll just document it all. Let everybody keep up with it. Make all the Fort Knox hunters mad because I'm publicizing, Dwayne said I had 6 does come in this afternoon, but was only 5 minutes left of legal light, but chose not to shoot because the light was so low, so I let them walk by. Man, that's a tough one. Like I know you can stay 30 minutes past sunset, but dude, if you're in the woods, you might have 15 minutes if you want to take an ethical shot, right? Because usually 30 minutes, if you're in there and it's, there's trees everywhere. If you're in a field, it's different. Yeah. Or on a logging road where the trees are cut out. But man, if you're in the woods, it's hard. Especially if you're down in a holler, it gets darker a little earlier. So
you don't
like hunting at night anyway.
I don't. No,
You
I
don't
don't
like
like
the
hunting
hassle.
evenings. No, I don't like the evenings, and it's honestly because most of the time, now if it was more common for deer to be out at 5, if you're in a spot where they're moving at 5 and you can get one and you're dragging it out, maybe you get it to the truck by dark.
Yeah.
But man, it is a major pain in the rear.
Well,
That
I
deer, if
used
that
to go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you
I
were
was
going
just gonna say, if it's getting dark at 8 o'clock, let's just say it's getting dark at 8. That deer comes in at 7:25 or 7:30, you're shooting, and then by the time you get down and get all your stuff together, you're trying to find blood right at the worst time of trying to find it. It just could be a major pain.
Well, great movie by the way, Major Pain.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: when I first started hunting, like my first, second year, really my first year, I hunted all the time, and that's COVID year. I didn't have to work. I hunted all the time, and I would leave. I would leave probably an hour before. I would leave probably 30 minutes before sunset or right at sunset, because I would walk so far back in on public on some of these places. I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't want to shoot a deer that late and walk out and have to find it. I never even found a deer on my own, right? So, but now I just feel like my time in the woods is more limited. So, I just got to.
Got to go when you
Knox
got
is,
to go. Yep.
Knox is a little tricky too because you got so much time you got to get out of there. I
Yeah.
don't even know what you do at Knox if you kill one right before shooting line is out.
You got to tell them. You
You got
got
to
to. So
call
there's
and let
a.
them know.
Yeah, you got to call and let them know. They used to before all the online stuff.
Yeah,
If you weren't out by a certain time, they'd send MPs in after you. Kid you not.
yeah, no, I believe that.
I would not. I
Um,
wouldn't. That's something you would never do. And if you shoot a deer late and you got to go get it, you got to go you got to contact him. You got to tell him where you're at, why you're. I do think you can nowadays with the app that you use. I
yeah,
think you can get time extensions if you're looking for a deer. But man, they
I
used to
think
be
so.
super. They used to be super anal about it, man.
Yeah.
Real bad about it.
Rob says, I have no experience with trailing for blood. I would have waited on those late does too. Um, if you don't have a good wound that produces a lot of blood, it's hard.
It's
I mean, listen, I don't have much experience, but
it's brutal at
it's
night.
it'd be easy to give up on a doe. Like if you killed a booner, you're gonna stay out there until you got to work the next day, right? But if you kill a doe, you might just be like, man, I can't find it.
Well, that's the thing is if once you decide, and this is what, dude, this is the exact reason why I am so conservative on my shot. Just the
Yeah,
things that I do, and when I approach my shots, so conservative because that's the worst feeling. You get that shot, all of a sudden it starts setting in that something bad happened,
yeah,
and it's getting dark, and then you're like, oh crap, here we freaking go. And all of a sudden you're down on your hands and knees and you find a little speck and it's freaking 9 o'clock at night. And then you go about another 10, 15 steps and you're sniffing the ground and your eyeballs with your flashlight is down and you find another little speck and then you find a little hair and it's like, oh God, and then all of a sudden it's freaking midnight. And then all of a sudden it's 2 a.m. And then that's where you just stop and say, man, I have busted my tail trying to find
yeah,
this deer and I have no idea where it went. It's killer. It's a terrible feeling,
yeah.
but it happens.
But it's
It
worth it.
does.
It's worth it. You know
Yeah.
why? Because what Chris says right here. Does anyone still butcher their deer? One of my favorite parts: skinning the deer. I'm not great at butchering it, but I do it. And I love it. I just told one of my oldest daughter, I said, I can't wait until we were in the kitchen, I was cleaning the counter. I said, I can't wait until I have a deer laying out on this counter and I'm just cutting it up. I can't wait to grind. I just can't wait to do all that. I love it. And hopefully I can do it 4 or 5 times this year.
I've got a processor up here. Kurt Ainsworth, he's right down the road from me. He's got a big walk-in cooler. So if I get a deer, all I got to do is just drive it up. And Kurt, because a lot of people do they skin their deer out differently. They field dress
Yeah.
their deer a little bit differently. He doesn't want you doing anything. So if you field dress that deer, he just wants you to get it straight to him. He doesn't want you to skin it. He doesn't want the meat exposed after it's been skinned. So he likes to do all the skinning and everything. So you just take the deer, you put your name on it, you give him a call and leave a message, and you drop it right in his freezer, and he takes care of it for you.
For me, I mean, I think that's great. I just have a hard time, like, let's say I kill 4 deer. Have a hard time paying, processor's $100-$120.
Give or take.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's say it's 120. Man, that's almost $500 I've paid.
It's true.
To kill deer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to kill deer because I don't want to pay for beef.
Yeah.
Right. So I
get it.
I could probably get more meat out of the deer if I take it to the processor. I'd just rather do it myself. I enjoy it. Saves you money, and it's just a good experience.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is very good experience to do all that yourself. I've done a couple, if I get a smaller doe or something like that, or if it's a deer that I can handle and do pretty quick, I'll do it myself back here on, underneath the deck out back. And I've done it a couple times the last couple of years. If I'm like, I don't really want to spend $90 on this little doe or whatever, I'll just go ahead and do it myself. But typically it's like, this is how a lot of, especially nowadays with kids, it's just, and they're doing all the sports and all that stuff. Let's just say I get a deer at 8:00 in the morning and I'm able to get it out. I'm home by 10:00 and Wyatt's got a game at noon. Well, man, I book it over to I book it over to Ainsworth. I drop my deer in his cooler. I give him a call, and then I run back home and I shower, and all of a sudden we're at the game,
Right.
So
it's very convenient.
Yeah, it's just super convenient and efficient, and it just helps me out a lot. So that's kind of why I handle it that way.
There may not be a person in Kentucky that kills more. This sounds bad. That harvests more animals than Dwayne. All the fish he takes home, the deer he takes home. There's a guy in Kentucky that's killing like 20-some deer a year. I can't remember his name, but he's led Kentucky in deer kills like the last 3 years or something.
Huh.
I can't remember his name. He was at a dinner. He was at a wild game dinner I was at.
Yeah.
And I think it was it was 23 deer he killed last year.
I didn't even know that. They
Obviously,
kept track of that.
And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like 13. I got the maybe it's not 23, it's 13. But it's a lot.
I know Uncle Don, I think the most he's ever gotten is 12 or 13 in a year.
It's a lot of deer.
It is a lot of deer.
So if you does he take all those to the processor?
No. Well, so his son has actually built, my cousin actually has something to where he's gotten enough equipment and he's got to walk in. So he takes it to him and they do it themselves.
Oh, dude, that is I'm wanting to build a detached garage beside my house.
Yeah.
This is like 4 years down the road, but I want to make one corner of it a walk-in cooler.
It would be awesome.
It doesn't take a whole lot to do it.
Not really. No.
I mean, it's basically just fans, just cold air, right? Get it down to probably 34, 36 degrees.
40-ish. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But that would be, gosh, that would be great.
It's super convenient because I tell you, I kid you not, man, when I can go drop that deer off at any time over at Ainsworth and just throw it in the cooler, man, it's convenient.
Absolutely. But, yeah, man. Dwayne said, I give my mother-in-law a couple every year, donate a couple, keep the rest. Well, this year I'll be keeping them all. If I kill 10 this year, I'm keeping all 10. I don't have
you won't have
I don't have room for 10. I don't have room for 10, but I have room for probably 4.
Yeah.
If I kill more than that, I'll just give them away.
Yeah, I need more deer.
Like one, yeah.
I need to get me a few because I need some more deer steaks. I've been trying to be better about not snacking when I work from home. Been trying not to eat like chips and stuff. So I've been what I've been doing is taking eggs from the chickens out back, and I've been cooking up maybe 2 or 3 of those, and then I take a couple steaks and just cube them up, and that's how I've been. Man. That's how, no, you really can't. That's how I've been trying to eat my lunches lately, just to keep from snacking.
Yeah. Well, do you have a dehydrator?
No, I don't.
My cousin right there, dude.
My cousin has one.
I bought one. I just bought one from Walmart. That's great.
Yeah.
And that's fun too. That's something, I guess that's probably one way if you kill a deer, you could make so many pounds of jerky and
Mhm.
save room in your freezer. It takes a full day to make. I don't know how many pounds you can put in my dehydrator, but it takes a full day. It takes like 8 hours to make it. Some
Yeah.
people put it on there for like 14 hours. I don't like mine super, super dried out where it's like crunchy and breaks. I like mine a little chewy. So,
Yeah.
Dwayne said, I don't have a problem giving deer to someone that can't hunt or just wants deer meat to eat. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I've done that
And that's a
before.
good
Yeah.
way to get people introduced to hunting. Somebody that doesn't hunt is like, hey man, why don't you try this out? Why don't you try this deer meat? Or let me, make someone some back straps or make them, heck, I don't know, soup with using deer meat.
Mhm.
They're gonna like it. For them, I mean, most people will like it. My girls love it, which is why I want to have a bunch.
Hey, I'm gonna be doing that
Yeah, you're going elk hunting maybe
next
maybe
week.
Monday.
Yeah.
Maybe
Early
Monday.
next week. Getting
The
after it,
rest of the
man.
week you're gonna be chasing elk.
It's gonna be crazy.
I think by the time we get to this time next Tuesday, I think you'll have a bull elk.
I hope so. I
I
hope
think
so.
you'll
I'm
have a
gonna
bull
get
elk.
after it, man. I'm gonna get after it. I hope
You've
I
been
hope it
practicing
works
with
out.
your crossbow?
I'm gonna be hitting it pretty hard. I just got those arrows. I'm gonna put them together and I'm gonna be
Okay.
hitting it hard this weekend. Yep.
Yeah, man. Just be ready for that shot.
I will. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely make sure to get some work in on the weekend for sure with my shot selections. I might even use this. I know Peyton was telling me they're great for targets too, so I might set this up
Yeah.
just because it's an accurate depiction of an elk, obviously, and
Yeah, I mean you can't hurt this thing. Like it's
yeah. So I'm gonna set it up probably at 60, 65 yards and make sure that I'm comfortable with it. I think I will. I know the crossbows can handle it. Just a matter of
yeah.
getting it tuned up and things of that nature. So I'm
The
ready,
guy
man. I'm
from
excited.
the guy from 10 Point told me that they advise people only shoot 50 yards and in, but
Mhm.
realistically 75 yards is
Yeah.
deadly.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Now you know how I am, and I think Dwayne and everybody that has hunted with me before and around me,
Yeah.
PK and those guys, they know and they've been around long enough to hear me talk about how I hunt and how I do things. If I can get closer, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my very best to not take a 60-yard shot.
But don't screw around and mess up this opportunity of a lifetime.
Right. I've been advised by multiple people, be prepared. Be
Don't,
prepared.
yeah.
So I'm going to
Dwayne
try to be
says
prepared.
the Bomar Archery Beast Broadheads Bone Evading Advanced Spring Technology is what it stands for.
Yeah.
This job. I really might I'm thinking about buying a set. It's just two. You get two.
Right.
Um,
They sure did. His deer only ran about, I think he saw it drop, so he didn't even have to track. That's pretty darn good. I'm surprised I haven't heard from anybody in my family yet. Normally somebody has a doe down or something during the first week of the season. I guess
Yeah.
we're not all the way through yet, but usually somebody has something down by now. I haven't heard a word.
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually, I haven't had
Okay,
any.
so good luck, Mike.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. And you know what? I hope my camera hasn't died again. Man, I went through batteries like crazy here. I need to check my email, see if it told me the batteries were dead.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see who's what is anyone in the comments watching the debate as well? I just want to know who's winning. I have a feeling you guys losing, Mike.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Are y'all ready? PK says, "Are y'all ready for opening day?" PK, that was last weekend. Opening day was last weekend.
It was Saturday. Yeah.
I'm ready for deer camp.
My elk fell down.
I'm ready for deer camp. I know that.
Yeah, I am as well. She's going to help me out. Get ready.
It's a good looking cow there.
It is.
Good looking.
Probably
cow.
use it as a decoy. Maybe I can.
I think so.
Maybe I don't want to get in front of it though. Whew. You might come barreling in.
PK, when is your first time in the woods? I'm going. Saturday will be my opening day, but Dwayne's already killed one. Chris has killed one. Mike's already been hunting.
I did get to go once, PK, but unfortunately, the kids had an absolute ton of stuff to do this past weekend, so was only able to hunt the morning.
Yeah, I haven't been either. Well, Mike, what else? What else we got? Anything? I'm about to get off here and watch this debate.
Hey, man, if you want to shut it down early, we can. It depends on if anybody else wants to hang out, we can. Deer camp is going to be a lot of fun, Dwayne. I'm excited about it. I'm going to. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it because it's also still during the elk part, and so I didn't know, if I was going to be taking time off work for that or if I was going to come to deer camp. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to structure the elk hunting early this upcoming week, and then probably the early part of the following week, which is the 23rd through the 27th. And then I'm going to I took the 27th off already so I can come down and hang out for a little bit. I'll be at camp and planning on it, and we'll get after it. It'll be fun again. I'm looking forward to it.
PK says he's in search of a bow. So anyone that has an extra bow lying around, holler at PK. I do not, PK, or I would give you one. Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace always has them. Yeah. Facebook Marketplace and some of these hunting for sale groups.
Yeah. So that ain't a bad idea, Dwayne. I think we've now learned that there's multiple deer that come out right behind camp. So that's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, especially down there toward the corner.
Yep.
Well, listen, I'm hopping off here, and I feel like the conversation's wrapped up anyway. And I'm going to finish this debate, and I'm going to make sure that my little one's in bed upstairs because I hear her up there moving around.
Good idea. Doing backflips.
We're going to skip next Tuesday. And I don't know if I'm not going to speak for Mike, but next Friday, the 20th, we're going to be live on Facebook because I'm tired of this.
I'll be on here.
I need the audience back. I love Dwayne. I love PK, Tommy, Chris, the other guys on here. But we got to get back to Facebook. We got to get back to our audience.
I really appreciate everybody hanging with us on YouTube with the old Facebook ban for the gun giveaway, I guess. But no, I appreciate everybody joining us and just chatting with us. It's been fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Mike, if you want to stay, you can. I'm gonna hop off here. I really do have more to do, but I'm gonna watch the debate too.
It's all good. We'll close down shop. I'll help get my kids out and in bed and all that stuff, and we'll get after it again. Y'all, good luck in the woods if you're gonna go back out this week, and be safe and enjoy.
All right, brothers. Have a good night. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next Friday on Facebook for the first time in a month.
See you. Have a good one.
And good luck to Michael.
Thank you, buddy.